Field at Breck School in Golden Valley for a good matchup in Class A boys soccer. It's a non-conference game, even though these schools are very close together. Top-ranked Breck hosting 10th-ranked Benilde-St. Margaret. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, let's start with the Red Knights here, coming in at 3-0. They have faced some AA teams, and they're a program that's kind of building back up, but this is a good opportunity for them to try and knock off their rival from just up the road, if you will, on Highway 100.
Yeah, they're practically neighbors right off 100, so they are eager to play this team to get back to 1A instead of the AA that they play a lot of. So they're looking forward to this matchup, and on paper they match up pretty close.
Yeah, and a nice win over Chaska, probably their best win of those three so far. Breck's had a couple more games, and Breck showing why they are ranked number one. They've been dynamite this season, 5-0, and Orono gave them their only real big test so far, a one-goal game there. They've got a lot of talent. Everybody knew that this was going to be a good club coming in. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, to have such a good team and probably not get a state tournament this year. But either way, they're going to have a fun season. They're going to have a good season, and they're a tough team that the Red Knights will have to face here tonight.
Absolutely. We saw the Breck team last year when we covered them. Solid team, well coached, well balanced, and most of their players are from that era. And as you said, they're having an excellent year so far.
Take a look at key players for tonight's game, and starting with Benilde, and one of their other captains is injured tonight, so an even bigger task for Hans Back as a senior for the Red Knights. Got a couple of goals early in this season, 1 assist, and they know that Breck is good defensively in the back, in the center. They're going to have to find ways around those guys and not try and go through them, as co-coach Dave Platt said. We need to be smart with the ball and get some, capitalize if we get a few chances. And Hans is one of those guys that they're hoping that'll be the case for. And for Breck, guy who's really had a season worth of production already, Walsh Kern, already 8 goals this year in the first 5 games. And obviously, by soccer standard, that's a pretty high number. He's a very skilled player. They've got a lot of different weapons on this team, and he's one that fits in among them very well.
Well, absolutely. With 8 goals, that's pretty impressive this early into the season. So that's going to be something that the Red Knight defense is going to be very, very wary of.
Breck, a team that likes to really come at you and with some pace, and it'll be interesting to see how the styles match up here tonight. It is the Red Knights and the Mustangs getting set for battle here, as it looks like the officials are just about ready to get things going in a moment anyway. The Breck girls were defeated here this evening by St. Paul Academy, although in hindsight, a goal that maybe should have been a goal for Breck that was not counted, so they ended up losing 1-0. And the Breck boys hoping that they can continue their winning ways here this evening. And Sig, we talked about the proximity, so it's been a rivalry, and Coach Platt from Benilde said, we haven't always been in their section, but and there is a look at Dave Platt, one of the co-head coaches for Benilde, and been in their program as the head coach or co-head coach since 1999, also an assistant for 6 years prior to that. So, and there's George Stumpvig, the Breck head coach. Look at the lineup for the Red Knights here this evening. Theo Poland, a solid keeper as a senior, and again they have a fairly young group. They've got quite a few 10th graders playing here tonight, and even a 9th grader in their rostered lineup here as well. As you get a look at all the starters for Benilde. And for Breck, their starting lineup, they've got Manu Lulavi, who is a senior, but first year really as their regular starter in goal, and a pretty veteran group in front of Manny as well. And Coach said he's been solid so far, but you've got to rely on a good group in front of him as well. As you get a look at that Breck Breck team, and I know they're kind of looking forward to a good test here tonight as well. And obviously, like I said, the rivalry with Benilde, they're not in the same conference, and have been in the same section a lot of years and some years not. But still, just the proximity and the fact that both of them have had pretty good programs has made this a nice rivalry, I think, over the years. Even if maybe they wouldn't say it as their biggest rival, it's definitely a rival.
Yes, it is. And of course, these guys know each other from, well, they would have known each other from summer play. We didn't have much summer play this year. So there may be some nuances here and there. Center ref for this match is Greg Gadler. Lines people are Steve Nwonfune and Martin Barklow.
Cool evening here. We've kind of run the gamut through these first few weeks of the season, and definitely more on the cool side tonight, although I think actually probably to the players' liking here. It's not a windy night or a rainy night or anything like that. Just nice and cool. Get out there and run and see who comes out on top here, as Benilde will start with Matthew Virginia. We'll put it in play here. And we are underway as Benilde in white possessing first. And that pass to the sideline goes awry, so it'll be a throw for Breck. Hyde couldn't quite get to it before it had crossed the line here. Guess not. Throw in here for Benilde. That one, though, going off the chest of Virginia, so throw here for Breck. Sam Scheidemann will throw it in, looking toward Kern, and he flicks that one ahead. Nice step in to take it by Coleman McNally there. Mustangs trying to go back to the offense. Smits will send it all the way back to Jake Silverman here. Drop to the outside, Scheidemann. Now Ralph Smits. Nice step in to break that up by Morgan Olson for Benilde.
I couldn't tell if that was a nice step in or if they missed that pass.
Benilde looking to build from the back here as they'll play it out left.
I think you're going to see the same thing from both sides. They're going to be trying to move the ball around, start from the back if they need to. If they get clogged up, they'll go back to their setup like Breck just is now doing.
It looks like both teams are going to send somebody hard to mark. You're not going to be content to lay back here, as there's a trip called, and Scheidemann I think hit his head on the turf there. Man, he's a little bit slow to get up. Yeah, I think that's what it is. The back of his head bounced off the ground there.
He's a little groggy. Let's see this again. Right there. Oh, ouch. Yeah. He slammed his head into the turf.
I think the official checking with him right now.
Yeah.
And they may
take
send
him
out.
They may send him off the field. You're right. Just as a precaution, get him checked out. He says he's okay. And we're going to continue.
Yeah, he will stay in. Lucas Lewin Mills will put his foot to it here, and he drives one deep into the box, and charging out into the middle of the pack is Poland to grab it here for the Red Knights.
Well, he came right through the pack and just snagged that thing right out of the air.
Well, and Coach said, too, that, he's played well, and also his teammates have confidence in him, and that's big for a keeper, whether you're talking soccer or hockey.
Right.
It just, when the team in front of you feels good about who's in goal, it really makes a difference. This one deflected, and it'll be grabbed up by Poland, but you can see, even on a play like that, okay, that one didn't really result in much of anything, but just the creativity for Breck.
Yeah, just moving the ball around, and again on defense, doing a good job of telling his defenders where he wants, and that's part of the communication, which also builds on the confidence of the defenders in front of the keeper. Breck again moving the ball back and forth.
Outside, they'll come to Scheidemann. Cutting in is Kern to grab that one as Smits was there also. Nice little drop back to McNally.
Nice cross.
Chipping it with the left foot, and that one sent out.
They crossed, but they were outnumbered 2-4.
I remember, like you said, Sig, for watching Breck last year, and just passing is just as good about as anybody you'll see. Just the way they connect.
Yeah, not only passing to your teammate, but knowing where they are going to be, anticipating where they're supposed to be headed towards. That's a sign of a very well-gelled team.
And it's fun to see a team that really, likes to play offense and attack too. Mean, sometimes you see teams that, they're skilled, but it's kind of almost like they're not really trying that hard to score because they're worried about getting beat the other end or whatever. But these guys come after it. Pass there, intercepted. Nice little takeaway by Flourish, but taken back. Now Kern, just lost it there as he was trying to make a move. Red Knights able to get it out past midfield, but then a quick takeaway, and Breck back to the attack here is dropped over to Silverman. This time they lay back off him a little bit. Goes to Scheidemann up the left side. Smits.
Oh, nice step around.
Smits with the left-footed cross, and Kern playing it toward himself there, but Poland coming out to grab it. And again, like I said the last time, it didn't result in a scoring chance, but you're still seeing that chances are probably going to come based on the way these guys are able to find each other and just the creativity and skill with the ball. This one boomed long. Only one Red Knight up there, Virginia, and the Mustangs defense, Gorman, able to control it, but then lost it. Virginia playing it to the outside, and Gorman took it right back, though. And the coach for Benilde, Dave Platt, was talking about, we know they've got couple of big center backs that are going to be hard to get around. Well, there's an example right there.
There you go.
That one trapped down. Benilde trying to go to the offense. It's been mostly Breck so far, although we haven't really had any, scoring opportunities to speak of. But Mustangs have mainly controlled the play here in the opening minutes of this one.
Well, this time they tried getting up the middle, but didn't connect.
And turned right back over, though, and turned by the Red Knights. Pink putting it out front, then Smits over for Kern, but couldn't get there, and Poland will sprawl out to grab it. So he hasn't had to make any big saves yet, but he's touched the ball quite a few times. There you see Smits, just a nice little back heel tap, and I don't think that Kern quite knew it was coming in time to really get a nice chance to get to that ball.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting it, but you can see that kind of a passing pattern is going to be repeated.
Boomed straight up the middle here. Turning and playing it out is Gorman, and it will be a throw coming up here for Benilde-St. Margaret's. And as we said coming in, odds are that Benilde's probably not going to be able to generate the number of chances Breck will, but that doesn't mean they can't still win this game.
Well, absolutely. We saw that in the previous game where the home team was really possessing and controlling the ball and ended up losing the game 1-0.
Here come the Mustangs. Smits lost it, but then a big-time collision and a foul call being asked for but not granted there as Lewin Mills went down. To the outside here, West Alvarado. That one broken up by Scheidemann. Here come the Mustangs. Kern turning. Kern chipping it ahead and smothered by Poland right off the right foot of Coleman McNally. Boy, Kern really a nice soft touch pass there and a good read. McNally, if Poland didn't come out to meet this probably would have been a goal. That's about as good a feed as you can hope for.
Boy, Poland came very aggressively timed it just right as it took it right off of his foot. Here they come again. Oh, they got behind the defense. That's not good.
Here comes Kern trying to line it up to shoot. He thought he was fouled there, but play goes on. Now Kern will get it back. Walsh Kern stepping through a couple, just too many bodies there, and the Red Knights able to clear. For the moment anyway. Scheidman now playing it out to Smits. Smits getting to the outside, cutting it to the middle, drops it off for Kern, and that shot denied by a defender, but Breck turning up the juice a little bit here as they have created some chances.
That was number 6 Clark who came in and knocked the ball out of the danger area.
And that throw-in's going to bounce all the way through, and Poland will grab it up.
Breck moving the ball nicely back and forth. Now it's intercepted by the Benilde defense.
Pass drop back. Ooh, just got away there from McNally. Banged up the line there, but Gorman gets free to break it up. And a throw coming here for the Red Knights. Back to Johnson, and he's gonna switch fields here. So he'll slide it all the way around here. Platt over to Alvarado. Ooh, but a nice step in and takeaway by McNally. Little return pass toward Ganev. Ooh, and a Benilde player took that one up high. Looks like Drew Clark is down and injured, and will stop to attend to him.
Clark, the junior who made that good defensive play just a little bit ago, that time collided with the Breck player and is now trying to get back up here. We'll see the collision. So he's down and gets, I think it gets kicked in the knee.
Yeah, no, I think it's up. It actually is the knee on the follow through hit him in the forehead or so,
okay.
I think. Or somewhere up in the head anyway. Yeah, and it was just trying to shoot it. And I saw Nikolai kind of say, you know, sorry, I hope you're okay type thing. I don't know exactly what, but.
Yeah, there's no foul. No, there's no deliberate foul there. So Clark comes off to get looked at, and we have a drop ball, and we're
Breck
back.
The sportsmanlike thing to do because of injury, giving that ball over to Benilde. This one will roll all the way back to Lulavi, who hasn't really had any work to speak of in the early going, which is generally a good thing, although sometimes you like to get involved a little bit when you can, but that kind of means your team has had the offensive possession most of the time, which is obviously overall a good thing.
Yep.
Alvarado couldn't control it as Smits came charging in and knocked it out of play. We'll get a throw here for Benilde.
But the only downside of not having much action as a keeper, that you're not warmed up, and when you do have to make a quick play, you may not be as ready. There's a battle for the ball. I thought somebody climbed over the back, but no call.
Pass drop back here. McNally trying to get to the front. He's alone, drops a pass off, and there's a goal.
You could see that one coming. Beautiful setup.
Nice unselfish play. Spencer Chapman will be the recipient, as McNally could have shot that one himself. He was pretty much alone, but instead he dropped it over, and Chapman will get the goal.
You see it again. as he penetrated, now he's almost freezing the keeper right here. He's now committed. Then he moves to the far side where the open net is ready for Chapman, and he easily puts it in.
I have to admit, at first I was thinking, I can't believe he's not shooting this ball himself, but
he had a better shot.
He gave it up. He had good vision and dropped it over to Chapman, and at that point it became pretty much a tap in. And I really think Poland did what he needed to do and come out and challenge the potential first shot.
Right.
Otherwise it would have been just a blast from 8 yards out at an open net.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Poland, the defender was not over on his left side.
So we kind of hinted at that Breck was close to really getting some good chances, and that one developed, and they're able to put it away. So Chapman will get it, and the Mustangs go on the board.
Yeah, that's what you were saying before, that the crisp passing, aggressive play pays off. 4th
goal this year already for Chapman. As you see, Clark comes back in. He was the player who got banged up a little bit for Benilde. Here's a long one sent in, and Lulavi able to easily make the catch on that one. First real shot for Benilde here this evening.
It didn't have a whole lot on it, but still counts as a shot on goal.
Scheidemann's pass nearly taken. Lewin Mills comes back, and he's going to play it to his keeper here. Benilde sensing an opportunity to try and trap them in their own zone. Now the Red Knights able to win that ball back. Not for long though, as it's knocked loose. Smith's trying to give it back there. Scheidemann will drop it off. I like the way Breck, they space the ball out well, and sometimes you'll see teams, there's a foul call. Sometimes you'll see teams that kind of just for show play the ball back, but that's not what they're doing. They're moving it with a purpose.
Yeah, if you watch the team like we are from the booth, you can see the entire team moving at unison.
And I like they must really work on spacing, and you have to be, you see so many times where as Kern tries to run this down in the corner, you'll see guys who think they're open,
right,
but don't realize that the angle isn't there. Whereas these guys are they're doing a good job of sliding into open spaces where their teammate can see them too, not just, hey, I'm behind him, how about you get it to me somehow.
Right, and like as I was saying, when you watch them from afar, you can see every player moving in position. They don't change their position, they move as a unit.
Smith's corner knocked out of there by the Red Knights, and good hustle after it here, and strong step up though by Scheidemann.
This is reminiscent of what we saw last year with Breck. Very quick, very aggressive.
Ganev playing it out wide to the right side here. And then that one knocked away. We will get a throw coming for Breck. Seeing the Red Knights kind of being forced back to play defense a little bit here, more than they would like in the opening minutes.
Yeah, they have not been able to get a counter going.
Now they get a little opportunity with 3 men moving in unison up the field, but then it's cleared out of there as Ganev got back in there for Breck. The other thing that you're kind of noticing too here, Sig, is besides being really skilled and working well together, Breck's got some speed, and that's one thing you can't really coach. I mean, either you do or you don't, but they're getting to some of these balls that doesn't look like maybe they really were going to.
Right.
They're kind of winning some races too.
Yeah, they're getting to the ball just a half step faster than the Red Knights are.
Played to the middle there and got away from Backus. Mustangs going to look long with this one here and see if they can't spring Smith's. Keeper is way out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Poland deciding on a bit of a gamble there, and I guess it paid off, but it could have been dangerous as he was way out there. A couple of subs in here. Maverick Pink now 17 in for Breck. And also Nassim Kushner coming in, number 12. So a goal kick here for Poland and the Red Knights. They trail 1-0 here on Breck's home field. Thanks for joining us for boys soccer here on CCX Sports. Earlier in the week, we saw the #1 team in AA, Wayzata, having to score with less than 5 seconds left to salvage a tie against Eden Prairie. Now we're seeing the #1 team in Class A, Breck, in the navy blue, and they are up 1-0 here on Benilde. So a good week of games on CCX this week.
There have been some really good close games.
Mustangs quickly put it back into play here. Silverman playing it long up the middle, but instead intercepted. Opportunity a little bit here for Benilde anyway, as Backus trying to get himself free to get a look at the net, but just too many guys in blue there, and this one's going to roll out of play though and be a corner.
First corner of the match.
Backus going to come short with it. Now that ball crossed, but denied by Maverick Pink. And then the back pass goes out of play. And we will get a throw here for Breck. Another thing maybe gushing a little too much, but another thing I like about Breck is that they want pace. There isn't a lot of dawdling on throw-ins or anything. I mean, they want the ball back in play. They want to go back on the attack. They know that the more the ball's in play, the better it is for them as a really skilled team.
Yes. Yeah, slow play is not in their playbook.
Up the sideline it goes and cleared out. We'll get a throw for the Mustangs here. Kern getting to it. Now plays it to McNally. Looking left and hustling after it. Kushner able to stop it. And that one pretty well defended, but it will still be a throw for Breck. Kushner looking to spin and go with that one, but marked up pretty tightly. Drops it back for Silverman. Silverman stepping between defenders.
Still has it.
And Platt with a nice tackle there. It will be a corner. Breck kind of hoping that they were going to draw a foul call there. Instead, it'll just be out and it'll be a corner kick. Smits will go over to take the corner. Last time he went low and to the near side. We'll see if he has any different strategy in mind this time around. Yeah, going out. Oh, and that one deflected just before the keeper could get there. Ball loose. Ganev trying to tee it up, but that one blocked. Now Smits blasting one into a Benilde player. And great hustle to keep it alive, but it looks like it's going to be a corner. Clark went after it real hard and trying to clear it over the sideline, but instead it will indeed be another corner coming for Smits and the Mustangs. And the header just onto the top of the net, and Breck has some size out front, and boy, the previous one was dangerous. Smits did a good job of keeping the ball away from Poland, and you see getting to it first was Silverman, and at that point as a keeper you're ready to panic because you're out in the middle of nowhere and you can't get to the ball. And then there's that second opportunity. Boy, that one was closer than I thought. At first I thought it was going to go way over the net.
No, it just cleared the top of the goal.
Yeah, it really landed on top of the crossbar there off the Gorman header. So as if they didn't have enough things going for them offensively, they've got some size up front on headers off those corners, and a couple of near misses really there for Breck. Drop the pass back here. Benilde again being aggressive, but the Mustangs seem to be ready for that, and in general haven't panicked and turned the ball over very often, even when they've been seeing a defender really coming at them hard.
Yeah, Benilde-St. Margaret is doing the same thing. They're being very aggressive. They're moving fast. They want to keep the pace going. It's just that Breck is doing a much better job of controlling the ball and having possession.
That time that pass, though, goes way up the sideline and out of play. So a throw here for the Red Knights. They'll work it back to Tanike Johnson. Comes way back with it to Platt. Platt got his arm up there, but he'll get away with it. Then had it knocked loose. It'll be a throw coming for Benilde. And you see the Mustangs player there standing up on, hey, wait a minute there. He kind of threw a forearm into me there, but play on was the call. Over to Smits.
Look how quickly they move upfield.
Smits had it taken away. Drew Clark with a great job there for Benilde. And at midfield, though, Silverman stepping up to meet it.
In fact, that defensive move was a lot more impressive than you think.
Yeah, and it wasn't close to being a foul call either.
No.
Just very clean, stayed with him. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you can get dazzled by really good footwork, and sometimes the best move is just to go at him and try and take it away. There's Kern playing it ahead. Another opportunity here, the shot. So tested again that time was Poland. Able to get a piece of it. Corner coming up here, Smits.
Poland getting his defenders in the right position.
To the front here, over Silverman. Now Kern picking it up, and that one is denied by Clark. It will be a throw for Breck.
So how many plays have we seen Clark getting in there and knock something out of the way?
See Callum Bristow, number 9. 24 is Drew Silverman, the freshman, coming in here for Breck. Yeah, you're right. Without Clark, there would have been even more good chances in this first half. And I'm glad to see that he was able to come back in after taking a little bit of a shot up, in the head a little bit too. And that one is going to get out of play there. Kushner couldn't control. We get a goal kick coming here for Benilde. The play has been mostly in the Red Knights' end, and Breck leads it 1-0 on a Spencer Chapman goal on a very unselfish assist by Coleman McNally. Jake Silverman back to gather this one. Playing it ahead there to Bristow.
See, look at this counter. Everybody moving, same time.
Pink playing it. Now they get it back over to Drew Silverman. McNally had a little space. Johnson a nice step up though for Benilde. And this call will go against Breck. We get a free kick here for the Red Knights. Quick turnover force though. Kern spinning his way free. Now the return pass. Kern coming up the middle. Stops. Gets the shot away, but it was mostly blocked by the D. And grabbed up there by Poland. And we've got a Benilde player still down. As Riley Flourish. They gave him a minute or two to get up, and almost like they were going to wait and see, are you really hurt? And I guess he is, because he's hobbling toward the sideline now. Benilde-St coming in here for Benilde, a freshman. Another look as what happens here is Kern, I see, the ball was jabbed away, and then Kern actually really didn't even hit the ball. He hit his leg, kind of in the calf area there, where not, where just a little ways away from where that shin guard would be protecting, because it was the back of his leg. And again, nothing that Kern did wrong there. Just a nice play by the defender to poke the ball loose right as he was teeing it up. Oh, somehow he didn't get that steal.
Yeah.
Kushner read it well, but didn't get the ball. Now that pass can be intercepted. Bristow will drop it back toward Kushner. And around for Silverman. Boy, Benilde not conceding any of these passes. Their guys are running a lot to chase after it. And I'm sure thinking, ultimately one of those times we're going to force a turnover, and then it's going to be an opportunity to get it going the other way.
Well, that's what you need to do when you're Benilde-St. Margaret's right now on defense. You got to figure out a way to plug up those passing lanes, get in there before they can complete them.
Kushner had more time and space, I think, than he realized there, and took a kind of a rushed shot that was well wide of the mark. So goal kick coming up here for Benilde-St. Margaret's as we tick down a little under 14 minutes to play in the opening half. Breck leading it by a score of 1-0. Again, they are ranked number 1 in Class A and showing why. Been pretty dominant in this first half so far. Red Knights trying to get something going as they move up their left side, but a nice step in and takeaway by Gorman. Little pass drop back there from McNally. He'll drop it back as they look to reset. Nice ball there to Drew Silverman. Now down deep with it, ball crossed and boomed out of there. Recovered though, and then a high rip by Lucas Lewin-Mills over the top, and we will get a goal kick here for Benilde. He knows he didn't hit that one quite the way he wanted to. Thought he saw an opportunity from out. You know, that was not a bad shot.
No.
I mean, not a bad place to shoot from. He just got under it. They can't all be perfect point blank. I think sometimes you gotta realize when you do have an opportunity to, you know, and let one rip from a little ways out. On occasion, you might, if you can hit the net in the top corner or something, those can be tough to handle as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors. The ball rolling, the ball bouncing around, and cause you to get underneath. Here's an opportunity for Benilde-St. Margaret's.
Boy,
Breck is right there.
Yeah, Lewin-Mills with a takeaway. I mean, every time they seem to get something going, it seems to clean the steal. There's a nice move, and Poland has to fight that one off. It's another pretty good opportunity there for Breck. Yeah, it was a bit of a wide angle, but still a fairly quality shot on goal. And Red Knights move it to midfield, but then that run halted as McNally with the takeaway. He'll drop it back to Pink. Mustangs continue to pass well. Lewin-Mills really being hounded there by Fratelloni.
And he comes up with the ball down the sideline, chasing after it.
I'll tell you one thing, you cannot fault the effort of Benilde. They've been running hard.
They've been very active. They've been very aggressive. They've been chasing around quite a bit more than they should. That's what I was saying. If they can figure out how to fill that passing lane, they won't be running around so much. There's a foul called against Breck.
McNally tripping up Johnson there, so a free kick here for Benilde. They'll put it quickly back into play. Johnson here looking for space, now chipping it toward the front. Kushner heading that one out. Platt met there, and they'll play on. Kern looking toward Kushner, and down he went.
I think so far it's either been shoulder to shoulder or advantage.
Dietzen. And nice job by Silverman, Jake Silverman, to take that one. Now back over to Kushner. And they weren't quite on the same page there. That one will roll up the line and out. Another look at this last battle here.
Contact with the ball and then the player, so that's a clean tackle. Clean play, rather. This is not for the faint of heart, is it?
No, that's...
you got to be...
They're getting after it.
You got to be physical and aggressive and have the skills to go along with it.
Lewin-Mills dropping it back. Breck isn't, I will say this for Benilde, at least in these last few minutes, the entry hasn't been quite as easy as it was looking for a while there.
They're tightening up a little bit.
Yeah, it was starting to look like they were going to almost every time up the field get a chance there for a while. Not all of them turned into anything, but Now it's been a little bit better defended, I think, in these last 10 minutes or so for the Red Knights. That one cleared out with the header again by Clark, but there's a takeaway by Kern. And Johnson, a nice strong step up before a shot could be attempted there.
That's a good play. Get the ball not only out of trouble, but to put it way on the other side of the field.
Breck is going to make wholesale changes here. Cole Kopishki coming in, and also returning going to have Ralph Smits and Scheidemann. There's Cole Kopishki. And looks like he will be taking the throw in here for the Mustangs. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the first half. Breck has pretty much been in control, and they have the only goal of the match. Spencer Chapman, a tap in after an unselfish assist out front by Coleman McNally. And this will be a foul call against Benilde, so get an opportunity coming for the Mustangs.
Good look at number 6, Drew Clark, the defender. Played an outstanding match so far. He's the one that's been able to get that toe in there and knock the ball off the feet of some of these forwards.
Smits gonna tap it short. Then they leave it for Silverman, and that shot will bounce just wide. It was a corner as Poland got a piece of it. So Breck, nice little setup there, and almost snuck that one through.
I mean, this is a grass burner. Look at that. Whoa, that's got some oomph on it.
And it was interesting because a couple of the defenders jumped like they thought they're going to block the ball up high, and it went underneath them. Here's a header and then back across toward Drew Silverman. And again, Breck, good idea, didn't quite connect, but it'll be a goal kick here for Benilde. Poland will tap this one short. Uh-oh. I was wondering if they knew that Bristow was coming there. And that ball pressured. Ganev able to knock it free. And the Red Knights, Johnson will have to clear it out. Throw in coming here for Breck. And the Mustangs didn't like that Johnson intentionally interrupted that one by getting in the way before they could do the throw in.
Yeah, Breck does not like to waste any time getting the play back in action.
Tapped over here toward Drew Silverman. He will drop it back, but Red Knights there first and chipped upfield. Jake Silverman not going to use his keeper, plays it over to Gorman instead. And that one didn't quite connect for Llewellyn Mills. Clark stepping up. Benilde going to the attack, but lost it. And that one popped up high in the air and out. Throw in coming up here for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Haven't really had any real chances to speak of in this first half. They've been mostly having to fight off Breck.
Yeah, but like you said, they've been a little bit tighter now in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's interesting that even though they've had to been defending and mostly on their heels, I've still been kind of impressed with them.
Yes.
They maybe don't have the overall skill level or depth that Breck does, but they're still doing what they need to stay right in this game. Pass drop back here to Gilliand. Now to the outside. Nice job of moving the ball side to side here, but again, can't quite line it up for a shot. Clark trying to keep that ball possessed. Now they're going to send it long and see if they can't spring Kern, but this time goes all the way to Poland. We often talk about the way Breck moves the ball so nicely upfield, but when there's a chance like that, they're not adverse to trying to spring somebody going long with just an old-fashioned kick and run too.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever you can make happen, go for it.
Johnson That one knocked down by Dietzen, and here come the Red Knights to the outside with it. Fratelloni crosses it. Oh, and that one just failing to connect for Backus.
What a nice crossing pass that was. Good play. I like that.
Be a throw coming here for Benilde as they almost generated a good chance there.
That's number 12, Fratelloni, 10th grader.
Back out here to Olsen now for the Red Knights.
So that tells you if Benilde-St. Margaret's isn't.
Ooh, punched out of there by Lulavi.
If they aren't busy defending, when they can go mount an attack, they can be pretty impressive. Bristow
just bangs that one ahead, and Poland going to come up with it, and he'll swing it out with the throw.
Wow, he can throw faster, longer than I can kick it. Benilde-St. Margaret's trying to get that momentum in their favor.
Yeah, they've been doing a nice job connecting on some passes upfield here, much more so than they've been able to do in the opening minutes too. The game, the field isn't as tilted as it has been for much of the half here down the stretch of the half. Another look at that. Breck was asking for an offside there, but it didn't look like they were going to get it, and Lulavi punching that one out on the cross.
Yeah, I didn't see an offside on that one.
Now for Kern. Jabbed away from him though. And knocked back into the Red Knight zone. Poland will just turn and hand it over to Platt. Got that one through Ganev's legs. And then they don't connect on the way upfield though, and Breck will get a throw. Up the line, but headed down near handball there. To the outside and controlled by Clark. And Red Knights, I think, gaining confidence here. They have definitely started to even things out on the play.
Yep, the momentum has been shifting in their favor, and they're taking advantage of it.
Platt will take the free kick. Referee telling him, nope, you got to go back about 4 yards with this one.
Going up the middle.
Yeah, they've chosen to go short with those, and not necessarily saying it's not necessarily a bad idea, but I think you might maybe want to take some opportunities to send the ball in deep and get a bounce to happen for you or something too.
Try to make something happen.
This time Platt will send it netward, and Lulavi coming out to grab it as we're under a minute to play here in this first half. Been mostly Breck, but Benilde has played much better in the latter part of the half here, and Red Knights still trailing at 1-0, but I think feeling a little bit better about things than they probably did in that first 25 minutes or so when they were fairly well bottled up.
Yeah, they were on their heels most of the first half, but as you said, Red Knights came back very strong and are back in the match.
Jake Silverman hustled hard to go get that one, but then lost it. Battle up the sideline here. And Scheidemann able to knock it away, but it will be a throw for Benilde, but they're probably going to run out of time here, it looks like.
They're not going to get this in time.
And so the first half will come to a close here. A fast-paced first half. Breck dominated for much of the half and have the only goal, but Benilde, as we said, has come back and played much better down the latter part of the half, giving themselves a little confidence heading into halftime. Our score at the half, it's Breck 1, Benilde 0. We'll have more of our coverage here of boys soccer on CCX.
It is normal, even healthy, to feel stress. But the coronavirus has many people worried about health, work, and the future. That stress can add up and make you sick. Some signs of too much stress are sleeping too much or not enough, eating too much or not enough, headaches, stomach aches, or rashes, and feelings of disbelief, fear, or irritability. If you find yourself with any of these symptoms, take a break to just breathe. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat this 4-7-8 breathing pattern 3 to 4 times. For more mental health resources, visit NAMI.org/coronavirus.
Welcome back here to Breck School in Golden Valley. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Lagery. Breck, the top-ranked team in Class A, leading number 10 Benilde 1-0 at halftime of the boys' contest here tonight. And even though it's mid-September, we're actually pretty deep into the regular season. Obviously a shortened regular season in the 2020 because of the coronavirus. And take a look at some of how things are shaping up so far for these two teams in their respective conferences. Obviously in different conferences. The Metro West is where Benilde calls home, and right now they've just 3-0, but haven't played quite as many games as a couple of the other teams with Chaska and St. Louis Park and Chanhassen. And then you see the Bloomington Schools and Cooper kind of struggling a little bit there. And for Breck, they are part of the IMAC, Independent Metro Athletic. And obviously their biggest rival is Blake in that conference. And they will be playing at Blake next Thursday, a week from tonight, the 24th. And those two teams kind of the cream of the crop as usual, it looks like, here in the IMAC this season. First half had quite a bit of action, most of it at one end of the field, as Breck had the majority of the offense certainly in the opening half of play. Benilde, this is maybe their one real opportunity, a cross that was punched out of there by Manny Lulavi. And this one was actually a really good idea, but just couldn't quite get there. But most of the action was Breck. Kern chipping that one ahead, and coming out, Poland just smothering that one off the foot of McNally. And then off a corner, that one landing just on the top of the crossbar on Gorman's header. And another scramble for it here as a near miss for the Mustangs. They were buzzing pretty good. Off a free kick, they got a good opportunity there and deflected wide. Kern leaving it to McNally. Watch this unselfish pass. He's almost in alone, but he drops it over. And Spencer Chapman there to tap this one home. Nice camera work there, too. I think if it was me, I would have been fooled. I would have thought he was shooting that one, but they stayed with it nicely, too. And left Poland with nowhere to go on that one. So you see the shot totals and first half stats here.
As you can see, Mustangs had 8-2 on shots on goal 4-1, fouls 4-3, corner kicks 5-1. But your Red Knights got to be a little bit leery about that number of corner kicks. You don't want to give a team like Breck too many opportunities on the set play, especially at the corners.
Well, we'll see if the improved play late in that first half from Benilde gets them going into the second half, or if Breck is going to be able to kind of reestablish control of this one. It is Breck 1, Benilde nothing. We'll be back here to Golden Valley in just a moment. Hope you're enjoying high school soccer here on CCX.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove.
You told me not to do drugs.
You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
We are set for the second half as the teams, of course, change ends here to begin half number 2, which on this particular night I don't think makes a whole lot of difference. A lot of fall nights you're having where wind is a big factor, where one way or the other the team with it has a big advantage. I don't think we're seeing that necessarily here this evening, and obviously with the 7:30 start, sun not an issue, and there isn't a chewed up end of the field on the beautiful turf here at Breck or anything like that to deal with either. So we shall see what develops here. I think Breck probably for the first time in the last 10 minutes or so, just a little bit frustrated. Things were coming relatively easy for them prior to that, but they had to dig deep a little bit there to hold off as Benilde. I think they kind of saw an opportunity to, get back in it a little bit, and they did some good things.
Yeah, they saw some openings, and they were not hesitant to take advantage of it. It's going to be fun to watch, or interesting to watch, to see if the Red Knights start filling those passing lanes. They were doing a pretty good job of coming up and attacking the ball, but they were still giving up some good passes.
So one chip long up the middle here, and Kopishki turns and volleys that one out of there. It'll be a throw here for Benilde. Bennett Miller will take the throw in for the Red Knights. Onto the chest there of Fratelloni, but he has run off that one. And again, Breck is not enough that they're very skilled, but they've also got some good size in the back that, sometimes you just kind of get muscled off the ball a little bit. Those guys are big and talented.
Yeah, they got the three major factors of a good team. They have the skill set, individual skill sets. They're tall, physically big, and they gel well as a team.
Foul call there went against Ganev of Breck, so Red Knights going to the attack here, and at least in the opening minute or so, it's looking more like it did later in the half, where Benilde's hanging right with them. As we said, if you're just joining us, Breck moved the ball, I don't know, maybe you want to say quite at will early in the half, but pretty much.
It was pretty much at will.
Throw here for the Mustangs, and they quickly go to it again here. And a chip it long up the middle, and we have a different keeper in there. Oh, no, I'm sorry, he's just got a different jersey. His Poland was not wearing the blue in the first half.
He had a gray shirt on.
But it is still him.
Yes.
And shaking up a little bit here is Fratelloni, holding his lower back actually there.
Oh, you don't want Fratelloni injured. He was a catalyst on the offense in the first half. We'll keep an eye on what they do with him on the bench. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We're going to have a quasi drop ball back to the keeper. He distributes to his left.
Here's Miller with all kinds of space to look upfield. Couple quick passes, and up the sideline they come, but then jabbed away, and it actually went off of Benilde, I believe. So a throw for the Mustangs as Kopishki triggers it back in. Chapman dropping the pass back off. That one broken up. It'll be another throw for Breck. But again, Benilde just not conceding those passes, and at times it's resulted in turnovers.
Oh, there's a good takeaway. Nice feed up the middle, but nobody right there to receive that one.
Benev coming back up with it here for Breck, and now they push up. Smits cutting it to the middle. Smits dropping it off for Kern, trying to get control, but jabbed away from him. Now McNally. He will play it out wide, looking for Chapman, but he is met. It'll be a throw for Breck. Right back into Kopishki. Lewin Mills dropping it down and now gets a return. A lot of takeaway there. Red Knights got to be careful here trying to get this one out. Did a nice job of not panicking.
Yep, keep your composure. There you go. Go back to the keeper.
Oh, swing and a miss, and Smits up with it. Then Poland with a great stop.
Holy
after
cow.
He whiffed on that one. Oh my, he almost handed a goal there to Smits.
Boy, that was incredible.
Those you can laugh off when it doesn't wind up in your net, but for a moment he was thinking, oh my goodness, what have I done?
Yeah, kind of tried to nonchalant it. And here, see it again. Kind of nonchalant and then fanned on it. Wow.
But
Smith, he was at least able to get back and make the save.
Ganav with some great footwork to keep possession there, but then a nice step in, and the Red Knights had it briefly, and they'll get it back now. Trying to gain control of that bouncing ball there is Olsen. He'll run it down. Ooh, and Gorman a hard trip there as Virginia came to meet that ball. Red Knights put it right back in play, but then stolen away by Silverman.
It's going to game you love to watch. Both teams are skilled. Both teams are fast. They move the ball well, attack well.
Platt clearing this one away. Here's another look at this physical takedown here. And it was a good job of going to meet the ball there by Virginia, and I think that helped create that one. Drop back here. Lewin Mills will play it to the outside. Kopishki cutting it middle, dropping it off. Nice pass, and there's a save. Rebound laying loose, and Kern just beaten to it. And Drew Clark saving a goal there for Benilde. And Poland gives him a little tap like, thank you.
You better buy him a steak and a shake after the game. That's not the first time he's saved for a dangerous play. Look at this. Good heads up, knowing where he was and what he has to do, and clears the ball out.
Poland having to make a save on that first one as McNally sent it across, and then at that point it was anybody's ball there. It would have been an easy tap in if not for Clark getting there.
Clark's going, who, me? Be a throw in for Breck.
Mustangs have to be thinking, boy, we probably could or should have more than one by now, but you have to just keep with it.
Yeah, they're used to playing teams that have tight defenses, so they're not going to panic.
Nice control there by Gorman. Again, just using that big body to shield him off. Get a throw coming for Breck. McNally turning it upfield strong. Pass comes back to him from Kern, and now he's going to chip it over for Chapman. Chapman tracking it down, crosses it. Ball loose, and Kern hits the outside of the net with that one.
It's
still
alive
alive,
ball.
yes. And then the save made by Poland. Boy, a lot of the players stopped and thought that ball was out of play.
It hit the pole and came right straight out.
Another look at this. This, to me, this ball should have been a goal kick, or at least, yeah, it hit that wheel on the outside.
Okay.
That really should have been out of play, one way or the other, either corner or goal kick. And so you can kind of see why most of the players thought that ball was a dead ball. And obviously Poland, that ball clearly hit the wheel on the outside, which should be out of play.
He's right.
What really would have had him upset if the next shot had been over his head and into the net.
Yeah, that would have been disaster. See, Poland not happy right now, but he's got to shake that off and get his head back into the game because he's up against a very, very tight team here.
Subs coming on now for the Red Knights. Alvarado back in for Breck. Number 9, Callum Bristow reporting back in. Back for Johnson. Benilde will swing it around left here. Miller's pass is on target. Then the return pass, though, missed him. Going to have to go back to Poland here as Bristow charging in after him. Miller over for Johnson.
Yeah,
this has a turnover.
I was going to say, this has a risk because you got too many black jerseys around.
Or navy blue.
Or navy blue, sorry.
And this one is going to be a goal kick upcoming. I know, I was thinking the same thing. It's like they're closing in. And
they're closing it. Yeah, your area of movement has now shrunk to 0.
Poland will take the goal kick here for Benilde. They trail it 1-0. Breck has generated a couple of really nice chances again here in the second half after they controlled a good portion of the first half before Benilde battled back some late in the half. Step up by Gorman there to break that one up. Kopishki following up off of Bristow there. And the Red Knights able to gain possession now. Clark. That'll be a trip call against Jake Silverman. Breck, a lot of seniors on this team playing really key roles. And again, we're saying, the season, it is what it is, but it's looking like we're probably not going to have a state tournament for sure, is the word we're getting. And it's maybe a wait and see whether there could be a section, but you kind of feel for a team like Breck with all these seniors. I mean, it's great that they got to play, don't get me wrong. It's still, you're grateful for whatever season you got, but to have a team that is a very realistic state title contender not have that opportunity can be a tough one.
Yes, I agree. It's a loss all the way around. You got teams that could be in contention, won't be able to get there. Well, it's like the basketball season ended last year, and a lot of players were pretty upset that they weren't able to finish off, and they had some teams that were really flying high.
Smith's playing into the outside, and this will be a throw for Benilde as Clark will throw it in. And they forced that one out. Boy, Breck has done a nice job of, they're cutting off those side-to-side passes a little bit too. They're not just charging at the person with the ball. They're playing the angles and kind of squeezing things off there. And the Red Knights, I think, are going to have to do something a little bit different when trying to get the ball out in those spots. And it'll be a trip called as Chapman had his feet taken out from under him. A free kick coming up here for Breck. Mustangs trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Spencer Chapman, the guy you see right there, scored the game's only goal off a nice assist by Coleman McNally. So Lucas Lewin-Mills will take this free kick here for the Mustangs, and it's in a spot where they can definitely kind of do a couple different things with it here. Hooks it out front.
Missed everybody.
Yeah, just kind of snuck in between a couple of different guys making runs at that one. So it'll be a goal kick upcoming here for Benilde.
From the angle that we had, looked like 3 guys are trying to jump up and get a header, and all 3 missed it. Or he actually didn't miss, it was over their heads. Poland looking over his defense. Let's see where he places this one.
Gonna chip it out toward midfield, and a strong header there. A good play to break that up by Platt, otherwise it could have been trouble. Now Gorman will play it back to his keeper.
Ooh, that could have been interesting.
Yeah, Lulavi juggling that one just a little bit.
Yeah.
He will drop kick it out. Knocked ahead there for a moment by Bristow. Red Knights quickly win it back and then lose it. Johnson tracking it down here. He'll turn it to the outside as Bristow pursues him, and that'll be a throw for Breck. Bristow gonna go back with it. Lewin Mills will send it back. Silverman then onto the foot of Smits. Trying to tap it back for Smits. Johnson got in the way of that. But Smits able to track it down. Jab loose from him. Throw coming for Breck. And going to call subs in before this throw-in can be made as Pink, 17, and number 12, Kushner, coming back into the lineup here for Breck. That back pass just barely getting there. Lewin Mills had to go to the ground to keep it alive, but resulted in a turnover. Up the middle they tried to come, but quickly taken back. Chapman and then Bristow hustling in after it. It'll be a throw for Breck, as Alvarado was going to take it. He thought it was Benilde's throw. Red Knights get a quick turnover out of it, and then banged ahead, but slammed right back the other way, and Poland calling off his defense to come out and catch this one. Sending it upfield. Now over to Chapman. Chapman to the outside for Bristow. Oh, nice play by Platt. Cleanly winning that ball, and a nice takeaway. Now an opportunity with some speed here for Virginia. Gorman running him off, keeper out, and that shot will be into the side of the net. It's a goal kick upcoming.
That's fortunate for Breck, because otherwise that ball would have been out in the front of the goal area with nobody to stop it.
And not sure we're going to have them redo that. Yeah, Lulavi, I'm not convinced that that was the right place and time to come out like that.
I don't think. Yeah, I agree with you. Fortunately for Breck is that it hit the side of the net. Otherwise, that could have been the tying goal.
High bouncer here, and now Chapman getting it running up the right side. Chapman trying to get a step. Johnson hustles back, and Chapman loses it. It'll just roll over the goal line.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to call anything on that one. That was both teams were, both players were tripping over each other.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he was already falling and then tried to make it look good. I concur with the no call there. Kern coming back into the lineup here for Breck as Poland gets set to take this goal kick. Bounced ahead and up the line it comes. Good hustle there. No, let's see, didn't quite keep it in though. It will be a throw instead. Bristow, you gotta like the way he ran hard after that one anyway. So a throw in here for Benilde-St. Margaret's. We approach the halfway point of the second half. Only goal coming in the first half for Breck. They pretty much dominated the first half and got one in. and have had a couple of opportunities here in the second, and there's Lulavi coming way out, and this time he'll get to it. Gonna play it back to the keeper here, and he will drive it up onto the foot of Chapman. Nice ball up the right side, and Johnson hustles over to get to that one just before Ganevkin, but it'll be a throw here for Breck. Lewin Mills gets that pass right back. Chapman in some traffic, lost it to Miller. Johnson with Kern putting pressure on him, and again they're getting a little stuck in one little area though.
Yeah, the forwards are starting to converge on him.
Miller, kind of a dangerous one there, but he'll get it across to Platt. Relieve the pressure a little bit there as they switch fields. Up the sideline with that one now. It's Breck having to be careful to not turn it over. And they're able to do so as Lewin Mills now leading the charge up the middle here. He's going to bang it long, looking for Chapman. Spencer Chapman with the cross out front for Kern, and he scores. Chapman doing a nice job getting to that ball as Lewin Mills put it out front of him, and Kern pumping it home, and it's 2-0 Mustangs.
Just like the other one, nice pretty play. This is a nice lob pass up. Chapman chasing it down, and doesn't even settle it down. It gets it on the bounce, right over for an easy put away.
Boy, and you see the defenders there they kind of went to the ball too much and didn't recognize that Kern was trailing the play there into the middle. Not sure, they could have stopped it anyway, but it felt like they maybe overcommitted to the outside and didn't keep a good eye where Kern was following up. So Breck now, their control has paid off in a second goal and a little more breathing room at 2-0.
Still plenty of time for Benilde, but first they need to get something going on their offense.
Yeah, I was going to say they have, not played a poor match, but at the same time, when you start to think about how many chances have they really had, it hasn't been much. Couple,
yeah.
But
well, their time of possession has been vastly in their own end.
Be a throw coming up here for the Red Knights. We'll see if they do anything different now in terms of, really trying to send people forward for offense, which is something they probably will need to do eventually, if not immediately. But
at some point, they're going to have to send some guys up on top and try and make something happen.
Lavi sending everybody up and says, I'm going to strike this one up toward midfield. Quick turnover forced though, and Backus plays it to the outside. Big time battle for it.
Boy, is it ever.
Let's see, is this going to be goal kick? Thought for a moment it might have went off the Breck defender. Chipped up the left side, but that one too high. And so a throw coming here for Benilde, and they quickly put it back in play, but then quickly lose it as McNally take away. Sending it long here, and it's Chapman again who set up that last goal and scored the first. Chapman, a nice play, now drops it off. Ganev shooting, and he scores!
Deja vu all over, huh?
Breck showing its offensive capabilities. Chapman will get another assist there. Nikolai Ganev following up to score that one, and now 3-0 Mustangs. Coming just over a minute after the last one.
You see him again. Look at that nice move. Gets around the defender. Again, nice feed. Oh, the defense just stood there and watched.
And he even took his time, too, to set this ball up. I mean, he could have shot it immediately and probably still scored, but instead he saw that an opportunity was there to, really get himself in sync and get a little bit closer yet. And he right away points over and says, all right, that was a nice pass, Spencer. Boy, it can be a fun game when everybody's willing to share the ball and everything, too. Right. And you see their celebration there.
Yep, that shows you the team effort. They play as a team and they celebrate as a team.
So a 3-0 lead now for Breck. It wasn't long ago that we were saying, boy, Benilde's really hanging in there right at 1-0. And 2 very nice goals in a row. Chapman sets them both up. Kern getting one, gonna have the other. 2 of the captains for Breck. So the lead has grown to 3-0 here, and we're seeing very much why Breck is ranked number 1 this season. And again, they're going to be playing arch rival Blake next Thursday. And that one figures to be
get your tickets
barn burner.
Get your tickets early. Is anything like the last time we saw, last regular season game when we did cover the Breck game here, it was a barn burner. Throwing comes out.
Here's an opportunity again, and a shot ripped just over the top. As Bristow let it fly there as he saw an opportunity. And there you see the Mustangs, what they have on the horizon with Southwest on Tuesday, and then at Blake. Bristow with the header. Breck kind of smelling blood in the water a little bit here, I think. They want more.
Yeah. They only have one speed, and that's full speed.
Be a throw coming here for Breck. Owen Power, number 23, reporting in for the Mustangs. Kern trying to flick the header out front. Mustangs going to get another opportunity here, it looked like. Now Smits, not quite, spinning away, but couldn't get it past the last wave there. Now to the outside looking for Power, but nice play to knock that one away, but they can't control it. It'll be a throw here for Breck. Lewin Mills playing it ahead. Johnson intercepted though by Ganav. Here's Kern dropping it outside for Power, and that will be a corner kick upcoming as a crossing pass block there.
And surprisingly, that's a first corner of the second half for either team.
Smits will take it here for the Mustangs. Poland's had a lot of work tonight. Made some good saves, but obviously a few have gotten by as well. There's a header, now a follow-up pass. Whoops, a swing and a miss there by Gorman. Long run for this one. And Virginia, he was
just flying down the field.
He was intent on getting that ball and didn't care who was in his way or anything either. He was going to run right through him.
And he did.
Yeah, we're here from the stands. Nice hustle. And boy, their coaches like that and saw that Virginia hasn't conceded anything down 3-0. He ran like his life depended on that one to get to that ball.
No, you're right. That's what the coaches look for. A good hustle like that. No let up, and no matter what the score is.
There's a turnover by the Mustangs, and Benilde trying to capitalize. Now a little following up Ganev, though, running back to get in Alvarado's way and made a nice takeaway there. And then on the steal back the other way briefly. Red Knights will get it again. Down toward Olsen, trying to get some space, but just couldn't get it done. Nice work by Pink. And that one's going to roll out of play. It'll be a throw coming here for Benilde. Going to drop it back here, and Platt will try and chip one to the front. And Lulavi coming out as it went just over Virginia's head where he couldn't quite get a header or even a shoulder on that one. Lulavi coming out to smother it. Mustangs coming hard again here, but Platt meeting him, but Smits will get it. Smits very creative with the ball, chipping it to the front, and there's Poland there to cut that one off. Quickly ahead to Olsen, and now sending it up for Virginia. Defense gets there though. Seeing things getting a little more wide open. I think you see Benilde's trying to push forward a little bit, and Breck loves that kind of play anyway, so they're more than happy to go end to end here. Nice ball ahead here, might result in a chance. Here's an opportunity walking to the front as Backus shooting and put it just high. He was really all alone, so he had to create what he could on his own and just couldn't quite hit the net. I think he did a pretty good job to get a clean shot away like that.
Yeah, he did a great job. Look at this penetration. He, as you said, he's all by himself. And steps around now. He makes a very good shot, just a little bit too far to the right. Otherwise, that would have been in the corner or up against the post. Easy goal.
To avoid those two defenders, he
made some moves.
Yeah, he made some nice moves there and kept possession and just failed to connect. Breck obviously glad it didn't go in, but in some ways you sort of root for the one to go in when they make that good of a move, right?
Well, yeah. Yes, you deserve it.
High bouncer into the middle here. Platt runs it down here for Benilde. He'll play it out to the outside now. Red Knights working up their left side, but Alvarado couldn't keep it in play, so throw here for Breck. Breck's broken open a close one. There was 1-0 until recently when they put back-to-back goals together just over a minute apart to stretch the lead to 3-0.
Benilde not giving up.
No, they've come back with some nice offense here down the stretch too.
Yes, they have. A little heel kick back and headed out by the Mustangs.
Going to swing it around now for Reggie Hyde. Tap it back toward Hyde, but broken up. And Pink sending it up the line. Kern trying to get it free from Johnson there, but Johnson holding his ground, and then they both go down. Foul call against Walsh Kern.
That one could have gone either way.
Yeah, he tried to do the right thing and work his way into position, and yeah, you're right. It was a pretty good try anyway to keep that one clean for Kern, but it didn't quite work. Here comes Riley Florsch.
Oh no, the return pass didn't connect.
Hyde sending it into the middle there. Banged right back out. Johnson will come to get it. Thought about using his keeper there, but it was going to be a long way back, and there was somebody in the way a little bit too, Kern. Florsch sending it across for Clark. Now dropped off here to Alvarado. Hyde with a little space here. Had that pass broken up though. Here's Kern. He's going to chip it long, but going to bounce all the way into the keeper there as Poland coming out to grab it here for Benilde. And he will boom it out. Got it. Pretty good bounce on that one over to Virginia. Knocked loose. Red Knights, though, trying to regroup and go again. Drop back off here to Olsen. He met up there with McNally. Turned back over here by Breck as Florish stole it. Gillian will leave it for Hyde. Hyde will send it to the middle there. That one deflecting high in the air. Mustangs unable to clear initially anyway. And they turn it over in the middle of the field. Breck got a little too cute with that one. Ooh, and then Backus knocked down hard. And looks like he's hurt.
Well, that was almost a takedown. I think he ran into it and then tried to.
And here's the shot. As they quickly put it back into play. I kind of thought they were stopping for a little bit of an injury.
Yeah,
but
so did I. Now we have more substitutions coming in for Breck. You'll see it again.
Ooh, they collided face to face there. And is he, I think he might be bleeding. Yes.
Yeah, he is. Oh, you're right. They hit face to face and got a.
Ooh, looks like on the cheekbone.
Yeah, he may end up with a position of that. It might be a shiner by tomorrow.
Or is it up, and might be up on the forehead. I know he definitely has blood on the cheek too, but it might have come up a little higher and just dripped down.
Just dripped down, sure.
That was painful.
Yes, it looked painful.
Lavi puts his foot to it here for the Mustangs. Platt coming back to it. Now Kern gaining control here for Breck. Puts on the brakes. Finds McNally. Chipping it ahead into the middle. And, oh boy, a surprise Poland kind of waited back on that one. He eventually got to it, but looked like he had an opportunity to come out a little sooner and didn't do so.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of indecision there, waiting for the defender to make his move. Anyway, ball comes out. And Breck again takes control.
Drop back here to Kopishki. Taken away and not quite able to keep it in play though was Dietzen, so we'll get a throw here for Breck. Mustangs trying to stay perfect on the season and obviously looking very good to do so. I don't really foresee a 3-goal rally here by Benilde in the last 7.
Boy, that would be the story of the year if they did.
Kern drops the pass off. You're going to come way across with it. Looked like that one's going to be a great chance, but they just didn't quite get to it in time to take a shot there initially. Going to be a goal kick upcoming here, I think. Or is it?
No, I think it's
a throw-in, yeah, for Breck, yeah. Played to the outside here, Smits. Drops that pass back. And then a low shot that'll sail wide here, and a goal kick upcoming for Theo Poland of Benilde. Asher Leventhal, number 20, coming in, as you see what Benilde has on the horizon here. Is got Jefferson and Cooper and then St. Louis Park. Johnson sending it to midfield where it's intercepted there. And then knocked away there as Clark charged up to grab that one. It'll be a throw here for Benilde-St. Margaret's. They'd like to get on the board at least. They had one real good opportunity here a few minutes back on that great individual effort by Backus, but he unfortunately has gone out with a cut to the either cheekbone or forehead there, and then I highly doubt he'll be back. Yeah, they're working on him right there. That one might be a stitches needed situation possibly.
Yeah, could be.
And this late in the match, no reason to think about putting him back in anyway.
No. Don't make matters worse.
Nice takeaway there by Alvarado. Gorman's header and then flicked ahead. Hyde comes up to meet it for Benilde. And then a header goes out of play. We'll get a throw coming for Breck. Under 5 to play now here. The Mustangs leading it by a 3-0 score. Had 1 goal in the first half and then 2 goals about a minute apart midway through the second half to kind of stretch this one out. And I think it's taken away a little bit of the gusto down the stretch of this one. Not that they're not still playing hard and all that, but I mean,
right.
You sense a little bit that both teams know the outcome is not really in doubt anymore. Poland racing after it here for the Red Knights.
Although the Red Knights would love to get a goal in.
Yeah, they're not a team that's been scoring in a whole lot this year, even though they did start out 3-0. But yeah, they would certainly love to at least break the deadlock. And we thought, like we said a few moments ago, that Backus might on that great individual effort, but just put it wide of the mark. Johnson knocks it ahead and then right back out. And it's going to roll all the way back to the goalkeeper here. Poland will swing it right back upfield. Flor's pass was blocked and to the outside. Nice try, but couldn't quite get there. That's for Chapman. So a throw in here for the Red Knights. That one popped high in the air here. Johnson trying to gain control. Smits hustling after it, hoping to free that one up, but Platt got there first. That pass off of Chapman's body. Hyde with it here for Benilde. Tapped ahead, but first one there is Jake Silverman. Uh-oh, takeaway. Dietzen. Silverman, a senior against a freshman there. Silverman, I think, was a little embarrassed that he had it taken away, and he's coming. Oh, that was ugly. See if he's going to receive a card here, and I would say he definitely should.
At this stage of the game, didn't need to do that.
Yeah, this, there's no defending this one. He came at him with intent.
I think his fellow teammate was saying, what was that? Coach getting the explanation from the referee.
The Benilde coaches are not happy.
Well, I can understand that. That was pretty belligerent. They're saying that should have been a red card.
And it was actually Silverman, too, who collided face-to-face with Backus a few minutes ago as well.
No, I think you're right. It was intense, so that could have been more severe. The kick goes way off to the side. Clock runs.
So Lulavi getting set to put this one back into play. Foul call there as we will get a free kick here for the Red Knights. Outside for Hyde. Red Knights getting a little offense going, but that pass just doesn't quite connect, and we'll get a goal kick here for Manny Lulavi and the Mustangs as they are going to move to 6-0 on the season with the win here tonight. We've got some more soccer action coming up. We'll be at Brooklyn Center 2 different days here. Sig and I will be there for the boys contest against St. Anthony on Friday, and then John Jacobson will join Sig for BC girls soccer next week, and then we've got a doubleheader Minnetonka at Hopkins in the Lake Conference next Thursday, and followed up by our second swim meet with Minnetonka Wayzata at Lifetime Fitness. So the season is speeding by for sure. Now we're awaiting word on whether we might actually start football and volleyball. That decision's coming up on Monday, supposedly, that they're first had been told, obviously, that their season was going to happen starting in March, and now that may not be the case anymore. So we might have a longer fall season than we thought, with a couple other sports jumping into the mix.
Yeah, so things could get very interesting very fast.
Chapman chasing this one down. Now gets across away. It will be a corner, but they're going to run out of time. So Breck, impressive here tonight, and they will score a 3-0 victory here over Benilde-St. Margaret. So the top-ranked Mustangs showing why they are considered one of the best teams around, ranked #1 in Class A, and I think certainly can beat a lot of double-A teams as well. Benilde, I thought, played well for stretches of the game, but this Breck team's pretty tough to stop overall, Sig.
That's true. I was very impressed with the way Breck moved the ball. Not only just up and down, but very consistently back and forth, passing to each other, knowing where the ball's supposed to be, aggressive on the ball, not giving Benilde-St. Margaret a chance to really get themselves organized. Very impressive win, very impressive team.
Best of luck to both teams as they move forward here in this 2020 season. Again, your final score in this one is Breck 3.